This could be so vicious when you live your life on the internet, watching strangers live your dreams. Sometimes not seeing others in the same boat as you can be so scary. I think that I think way too much. So much so that it cripples me. Alright, welcome to Authenticity Tapes episode, I don't know, what, at this point? I remember seeing the cover of Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang in every bookshop that I visited in the past few months and finally decided to give it a read. There was a section in the book in which June Hayward, the protagonist, recollects how her friend Athena would fish out stories from people for her own work and once did the same to her by turning something very real and traumatizing that happened to June into a sensational piece for her submission to a renowned literary magazine, which basically started her professional writing career. I know there can be many conclusions that can be drawn from this instance, but it made me wonder about my own life and what I am doing with this YouTube channel. I always had this nagging thought that nobody was going to be interested in my life and the stories that I might have to tell. This also manifested in real life because I can listen to my friends speak about the most mundane things for hours, but as soon as they ask me about my life, I hurry up and give them the third draft of a quick summary to not waste their time. Is it my inability to narrate well that makes me think that my stories are just not worth anyone's time, or is it just feeling insecure? I do realize that my life is not that stimulating, but I actively refrain from turning it into anything else. Sometimes it is boring, but I love the boring, or rather the mundane moments that give me a chance to just observe. I have been trying to complete this houndstooth sweater vest for so long, but it is testing my patience at this point. I have invented mistakes that I had no idea existed in the first place and had to frog the project so many times. I have very successfully given up on this one now since summer is already here. And yes, it is not my inability to complete it, just that summer is here, so. Your story may not have such a happy beginning, but that does not make you who you are. It is the rest of it, who you choose to be. Soothsayer from Kung Fu Panda. Some time ago, I talked with my best friend, and he told me about his college experience slowly coming to an end and all the relationships and stories he picked up along the way. All the goodbyes he said, everything felt so purposeful. It all just made sense, and my heart was overflowing with all the happiness his stories brought. I am really proud of him, but I'd be remiss to not mention the envy I felt at that moment. I've said this to myself before, I just don't think I've lived my life in stories. I don't have the perfect stories to tell. when reminiscing about a time in my life, or maybe I do, but it's the doubt of relevancy that holds me back. As a writer, this doubt manifests in my writing as well, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this. Every time I sit down to write, I want the outcome to be the final product. I get so frustrated when I can't write well, and more importantly, can't write something that can be published as soon as I lay down the punctuation. I took to writing because it is so much easier to not feel embarrassed about your own words when you can't actually hear them. But things are different when you are putting your words for others to hear, like I do on this channel. I feel like I can't mess up because it is so public and there's a guillotine blade of responsibility hanging over my head. I've stopped worrying about the relevancy of my stories now, and some long-time viewers might have picked up on the change in the type of content that I've recently started putting out. I have decided that this is what I want, and irrespective of the result, I want to continue because this is what makes me happy. I don't know about the future, but right now, rambling about movies and books, talking about the things that I've journaled for so long, is exactly what I want to do. Like Taylor Adams wrote in her book No Exit, there's a refuge in normalcy if you can hold on to it. It makes you feel safe during a catastrophe, a static point to look at during commotion. P.S. I read No Exit so that I can then watch the movie. The movie is, for lack of better adjective, trash. Just read the book, it is so well written and planned out. And yes, I didn't complete this project as well. My god. Anyways, thank you for listening to my rant. Let's meet again soon.